The wildfires in Maui have quickly become one of the deadliest disasters in American history, and there is a lot of information that has come out that seems to point to this event not being exactly what we've been told. Literally, since the fires started, there has been a lot of inconsistencies in the story that we're being told, and there is a very obvious attempt to cover something up, and the surviving residents of Lahaina are well aware. The more you look into this event, the worse it gets. At the very least, our government and elite are using the disaster as a tool to conduct one of the largest land grabs in history, and at the most, this could have been an attack on our own people by our government for some hidden agenda. And unfortunately, the more that comes out, the more it seems that we are under attack from our own federal government. Take a listen to this portion of an interview with Dr. David Martin on Man in America.
If you look at the bizarre nature right now of the people who are administering the campaign of terror on CO2 emissions, and you're watching them let forest fires be started and burned with impunity, you sit back and go, well, hold on a minute, I thought carbon dioxide was bad. So why are we increasing the carbon dioxide by taking trees out of circulation? Well, the answer is land reappropriation. That's what it's about. It's about reappropriating land. And the best way to reappropriate land is to have a fire. That has been the case since the Old Testament. So this is not a new thing. This has been around for thousands and thousands of years. When humans cannot win on a fair playing field, they use fire. And they use fire to destroy an old appropriation of land and reappropriate it to a new use. There's no question that what is going on in Canada right now is a massive, massive, massive land grab where the state will come in its largesse and propose new development of what? Of things that will be pro-state. That's not a human recovery. And by the way, as much as Maui may or may not be the sum of a series of electrical failures, there is no question that the power systems in Maui were not managed to diminish the risk of fire. We will not say, and I will not say they necessarily intentionally set them. I'm not going to get into that conversation. What I will say is that very simple safety protocols, like if lines are down, don't send energy back into a down line, those kinds of things were not done. So were some of those fires, without question, at least negligently set? The answer is without question. The evidence is unambiguous. And by the way, even NPR talks about that evidence. So the fact is, we know that what we have is a situation where this ongoing campaign of terror is about reallocating, redistributing, and reappropriating resources into state control. And there's no question that that's what happened in Maui. There's no question that's what's happening in Canada. And there's no question that that's what's happening in fires that are going on all around the world, remarkably in places where climate change activists say they're the most concerned with climate change. They're pumping CO2 into the air. So this hypocrisy is necessary to create the cognitive dissonance.
Now, take a listen to some of the moves that were made by the governor of Hawaii in the weeks leading up to the wildfires.
Not that long ago, Hawaiian government officials in the areas that were just affected by the wildfires passed a law saying that that land could not be redistricted for new building permits unless some sort or some type of a serious natural disaster occurred. Serious natural disaster occurred. And what did we have happen through those three districts of very sacred land to the Hawaiians? A very serious natural disaster. I'm not going to get into space lasers and all of that shit, but people called their insurance companies after the fire, and the insurance companies, for the first time, informed them that there was zoning infractions on their land, so they would not honor their insurance policies. And within 24 hours of these people losing their homes, the same developers who the Hawaiian elders fought in court to have that law passed are already calling these people and making them offers for their homes. This is what happens when the government sticks their fingers in everything. The government's in the insurance industry, And they're talking to people who are paying for their campaigns, which are the buyers of this land. And they say to these people, hey, let us know when they call you to get their insurance claims, and let us know when you deny them, so we can then give them a call right away and scoop in and swoop in and be the heroes. So they're going to get this land that they're going to develop into millions of dollars worth of property, and the Hawaiian elders are going to get fuck all. They're going to get screwed over. And this happens everywhere. There's too many coincidences for this not to be shady. Wake up.
Now, one of the theories that has been put forth is that some sort of D.E.W or direct energy weapon was used to start the fires, and not only is this what a large number of residents are stating, but there is quite a bit of data that lines up with this theory. If that seems far-fetched to you, remember the things that have happened in the past couple of years. Also, remember that it has been a cornerstone of American capitalism to create a problem and then sell you the solution. Check this out.
Okay, America, this is something I just noticed. Look at this. See this line here? See this line where the pen's moving? Now watch this. See the pinpoints? You see the pinpoints? All the pinpoints? Watch. See the pinpoint? See the pinpoint? See all the pinpoints? This is where the fires started. This is the hottest points of the fires. Look at this. See all the grass? See all the trees? See everything that's not burnt? But yet it jumped from all of these. See the pinpoints? See all the points? Look at this. To make sure that everything burnt that they wanted to burn, all of the dark black dots, all of the pinpoints is where the fire got the hottest. Look here now. This is where it got the hottest. This is an overview from satellite. This is something you shouldn't be paying attention to. But we are. See the pinpoints everywhere you look. That's where a beam started the fire and it got the hottest. But people weren't looking up. See this? See the pinpoints? They had to make sure that it burnt everything that they wanted it to burn. So America, don't believe what the government's feeding you, because it's all a bunch of lies.
We're watching as these lies fall apart. You know, we watch as these officials and these people who gave the orders and in charge, as their stories fall apart and they scramble and they try to get ahead of everything. I mean, the Maui police department, the chief of the Maui police department just got caught in another lie, saying that they did not redirect people to Front Street. And there's video surveillance showing that they did, and the news used it. Look, the people who gave the orders that day, the officials of Hawaii, of Maui County, they are responsible for all these lives lost. They let this town burn and did not call for help. They did not order an evacuation. They did not send help. They are responsible for each of these lives lost, and they need to be held accountable. The people of Maui are still in danger because these same people are still in positions of power. They think they're going to get away with it. And the people of Maui are so busy surviving. They have their heads down. They've closed ranks. They're focusing on forgiveness and healing and moving forward. They don't want to stir pots. They don't want to ask questions. So the rest of the world, family members, friends, anybody who has any kind of connection with the people on Maui.
It's obviously impossible at this point to state what the definitive cause of this disaster was, but I think that beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was an orchestrated event with very nefarious intentions by whoever carried it out. If you think this doesn't matter or doesn't apply to you, it does. Americans are under attack and it's only going to get worse, so wake up and stay informed so that you can make the most educated decisions for the safety of your family. Until next time, I'm the Hillbilly Astronaut signing off.